Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to see about an important Excel feature. Dealing with Excel files are very important for any business applications that you see around. Now, here we will try to build a feature into Appian in which you can directly import an Excel file and show the data in editable grid so that user can make changes and then save the changes back to the database here. So here you can see that there is an action to import the Excel document. So first of all, let's click on that action. And now once you access that, here you will get a form to upload an Excel file here. So once you have uploaded the Excel file, then it will store the data into the database and then we will be able to edit the data as well. So let me upload a file here. So here I have tried to upload an Excel file. Here you can see that 50 movies, this is the document here. And now I will go to the next button. When I go to the next button, here I would be able to see the data in the editable form. Basically, it is now storing the data in the database. This kind of operation is getting performed here. Now you can see here all the data we have got in the Excel in editable form here. So the detail which was there in the Excel, now we are able to see in the grid as well. So this was the Excel file. Here you can see that ID, director name, duration, movie title, language, IMDb score, all of these details are now present here as well. And now if user want to make any changes in that, for example, instead of 179, I want to write it here 200. Like this is not the correct one. So as of now, this data is in our database as well. You can see this is 179 as of now. And let's say that I want to remove certain rows as well. For example, I will try to remove the Dark Knight Rises. This is the movie. I want to just remove it. Now this row has been removed here. So as of now, let's see, this was the fourth row here. And now when I will try to submit the form here, all this data would get saved in the DB. I can go in the record and see that. See, there is no Dark Knight here. Now I have tried to change one data, that is 200, that has also been updated here. So go to refresh here and you can see the duration is now updated to 200 minutes. So in this way we can build this feature to upload an Excel file and edit the data as well. The only challenge in the community is that you won't be able to read the Excel file as of now. Some plugins which interact with the Excel files are now removed from the Appian community here. So we won't be able to directly read the Excel documents as well. How can we stop the data since we cannot access the plugin at all? So this is the instance that we have created for that. The first part here is the Excel upload. The second part is the showing the data in editable grid here. So first of all, here you can see a form is there to upload the Excel. Now here you might say that why is there an script task? Why not an actual smart service here? So see, in our community, this smart service has been removed. If you want to work with the actual data, you would have to refer this video here, import Excel to database. So here you can see one smart service have been used, import Excel to database. This smart service is as of now not present in our latest community edition. So that's why I'm stubbing the data for now in the database directly. And this is the part where we try to edit the data. We will write into the movies, and if any row have been removed, we will delete that row from the database as well. So let's see the workflow from the high level. So first of all, we are uploading the Excel document. Then we are storing the data into the DB using plugin smart service. So as of now, this is not present. So we will basically just stubbing the data here and now show the data in the editable grid. That we will do that, and finally we will store the updated data back to the. So all these four steps we will try to achieve it here. Now let's go on to our interface here. So I have created an interface to edit the Excel data. Now first of all, let's take a form layout here. Now in this form layout, okay, so the content width, let's try to increase it. Let's try to increase the content width to full here. And now let's go back, and here we will just write edit Excel data. Okay, and this section we might not use, and after that let's try to get the data from the database. So why we are getting the data from the database? So see, so as of now, this upload Excel and this is stored data into the plugin service. We have to refer this particular tutorial for that. Once that is done, now we will try to get the data from the DB here. So show the data in the editable grid. Directly we will jump onto that particular part here. So we will just mark it as of now done. On the we have to refer the previous tutorial. Now we have to store the data in the editable grid. Let's say like some data have been uploaded in the database. So local bank data, and we have to query that data. Query record type is there, and the record type is going to be here record type bank YT IMDb movie list and pagination. So we have to, let's say that we are just having 50 data only in the database, so I will just make it here, let's say 100 and dot data. Now we will get all the data in our DB here. So you can see here, this is the test, and 45 items are currently present in the database. The second step is that we have to show that data in the editable grid. So let's try to drag an editable grid here. So editable grid. Okay. Now we will try to use this editable grid to loop over our data. The very first column, what it is going to be. So whatever the data that was present in our Excel, all the columns, director name, duration, everything we will try to refer in here as well. For example, here I will just refer here director name. So similarly we have to create another columns as well. Let's say other column is duration. So let me just complete all of this here. Now you can see here I have now completed the header cells. All the header cells I have written just the way it was. So director name, duration, gross, genre, title, language, country, budget, IMDb score, and there is another column just to remove a row as well. And similarly the column configuration as well I have completed. Now comes the rows part. Now in the rows we have to loop over the data. So for each items is going to be here local bank data, and the expression is going to be here grid row layout, and the ID is going to be FB bank index. And now it's time to give the contents here. So the contents are going to be, I will take a text field because everything as of now is a text field here. This is the text field, and now the value part. The value is going to be FB bank item and FB bank item movie list dot director name, and in the save into as well we will refer the same part here. Just copy and paste it here. Now this becomes our first text field. Similarly we have to create the other 10 text fields as well, so that for duration, gross, title, genre, everything we will be able to refer. So let me just complete that. Okay, so now I have completed the text field for all of this, director name, duration, gross, until IMDb score. The last text field is going to be for removal of the rows here. Now here we will take a rich text, and the value is going to be here rich text icon. Icon we will write it here. The icon is going to be times, and the color would be negative here. And now we will create a link here. The link would be a dynamic link, and now let's configure the save into of the link. So see, this row has two important parts to play here. First of all, we will try to remove the row, and we will have to send it back in the process model so that we remove those rows from the database as well. This is the first step, and the second step is that it should get removed from this particular grid as well. So we will create another variable in order to store the data. So this is going to be the removed rows, and it will have the same type as the data. And make sure that this is array, because the multiple rows can also be removed here. So first of all, we will try to remove the rows. So what we will write here? So we will just add here a bank save. The target is going to be removed rows, and we will just keep on appending the value so that multiple rows can get stored here. So append will be the array and the value that we want to append, FB bank item. That's it. So for example, if you try to remove this rows, what will happen? It will now go and store in this one here. If you do the second row will also come here in this array. But you can see here, as of now, these rows are not getting removed from our actual grid. How can we do that? So in order to do that, once you have stored the data, now you have to write here a bank save. The target is going to be here. The loop is running over local bank data, right? We have to save in local bank data, because let's say if I remove a row, it should get removed from here. Now the loop will iterate over 44 only. And now here we have to use the remove function. So the remove function is the array from which you want to remove this one, and the index is going to be FB bank index. So in this way we have to manage the removal of the row and storing the removed rows as well. After that, we also want to give the functionality to the user to add a new row. Let's say like some data has not come in the Excel, they want to manually add some rows here. So we will just add here add row link, and here we will just keep a dynamic link, and the label is going to be here add new, and the save into is going to be a bank. Save the target where we want to save the data. The target will be local bank data where we are iterating, and we have to append the data. So local bank data, and what we have to append here, the same record type will get appended. So just copy one record type from here and just paste it here, so like this, and make empty parenthesis here, so that it will be of the same type. Now if you try to click on add new, basically it will try to add a complete new row here, and the type will be the record type here. Let's say like my movie, something like this I have written here, and it is, let's say, 10 out of 10. And now this data will get written in our local bank data as well. It will be appended. So see here, my movie IMDb score is 10 here. So this has been added as of now. After that, we want to save the data in the database. So save into we will configure in our buttons, and we will write here a bank. Save. The target is going to be, oh, we have not created any rule input. Let's create one. So this is the movie list, and YT movie list. And make sure that that is also an array, because it has multiple rows to save into the database. So this is going to be the rule input, movie list, and local bank data. That's it. And just click on save here. Once you have saved the data, now try to submit the values here. Once you try to submit the data, it will go and store in this movie list rule input. So all the 45 items have been added here, and our new movie, my movie, this will also get added. So the purpose here is that whatever the data that you will see here, anything that you want to edit, you can do at any point of time. Any data you want to edit, you can do that. Only thing you have to keep in mind is that the ID should not be null. If ID becomes null, it will create a new row. If you want to update the existing data, you have to keep the ID intact. Then only it can update the existing data. For example, instead of my movie, I just want here 2. Click on submit. So as of now, it doesn't have ID, so it doesn't matter. It will just try to create a new row in the DB here. The next step is our process model part. So here we will just go here, store Excel data. Click on create. Click on save your changes. Now in our process model, there are two parts that we have seen as of now. First of all, we have to upload the Excel document. Then we have to store the data in the DB, and now we have to store the data in editable grid. That is also done. And now we have to store the updated data back to the database. Now see, now in order to upload the Excel file, I have already created MA Excel form. So this form is just having one rule input to upload the Excel document, nothing else. So let's go to the forms here, and let's just configure this variable. So cancel variable, we will try to create it here, initiator. Now if you want to review this user input as what we have configured here, so see here, this is the upload Excel file here. Just one rule input cancel is present here. As of now, we are not doing anything, because anyway we are not able to use the smart service. So for this particular part, this one, and let's say this is the script task, which is the stub data. So stub data, here you have to refer this particular tutorial. So here you can see start node is there, and import Excel to databases. Once you have done that, then you have to come to our process to get the data in our editable grid. Now let's configure one XOR get is cancel. Now if cancel is true, then it should go back into the end node here. And let's configure the decision. Go to new decision and Here we will just write all of PV bank cancel. Click on save and close. If cancel is there, end node, otherwise stub date. And make sure that all of these nodes are completely chained, otherwise the activity chaining will break and our form will not appear. And once we have stubbed the data, then here once we have stubbed the data, you can see here import excel to db as well, we can write it. Now once we have used that particular smart service, after that we have to take another user input task to edit the data. So yt edit excel data, this is our another form after that. And now let's go to this particular part here. Now let's connect this to our user input task, and this we can delete it, and let's configure this one here. So we have configured a movie list, so it will be of the YT movie list type, and for the removed row as well it will be of the same record type here, removed rows. And cancel is already configured, so we will just use the existing process variables assigned to the initiator. So this is the initiator here. After that the user can still click on cancel. Here as well one cancel button is configured, so I will just add a cancel node here, and this is the end node for that. Okay, and make sure that we are following the activity chaining here. And now we will use here write records. So this is the write records smart service. Okay, now let's configure the cancel here. So now if this is true, then go to the end event, otherwise go to write records. That's it. And let's say like are we saving the save into is null, so make sure that the save into is ri bank cancel, then only it can save true there. Click on save. Now here we have to store data to db. Whatever the updated data is present here, we have to store that. Now let's configure this one. Go to the setup tab and go to movie list. That's it. Okay, once we have stored that, then we have to check whether there are any removed rows or not. Okay, so first of all we have to check there are any removed rows. Why? Because at some point user can remove a row, at some point it cannot remove a row as well. So we will just configure this one. Here we will take delete records. So this is the delete records part here, and if user have not removed any rows, then we will go to the end node. Okay, and make sure that all of these are now chained. Okay, now after that one we have to just connect it back to the end node here. So you can see I have now connected back to the end node. So let's configure the delete records smart service. Go to records, and here we will just take the removed row. That's it. This row will be removed, and here counts of deleted rows are present. If you want, we can take that as well. That's it, and click on validate. Let's configure the setup type, and here okay, so it has events here, so I will just choose name. Click on validate. And removed rows, oh here we have not written the condition. Let's write a condition here as well. Is null or empty PV bank removed rows? If it is null or empty, then just go to any event, otherwise go to delete records. That's it. So all of these have been configured here. We can publish the changes, and we can debug the process to see that whether it is actually working or not. So let's go in the file and try to debug the process. And here the instance has started. Go to the form here. If you want to upload that, anyway this is anyway dummy here as of now, so just click on next. Let's say like we have uploaded the Excel data, and now you can see all this data have been now present here. Let's say like a 200 movies row. Let's try to remove some of the rows from here. So I'm just randomly removing multiple rows from here. So see here, all these rows I will just try to remove it for now. Now there are only few rows which are remaining as of now here. And now let's try to add some new data here, like my movie 1, and here I will just add a new row, my movie 2. This is of 10, this is of 9, something like this. I have click on submit the data. Once you submit data, your data will go and store in the database here. and in the side we would be able to see only few data. So here you can see only 38 items are remaining. My movie 1 and my movie 2 have been added here, and the rating is 9 and 10 respectively. So we can remove the rows as well, we can add new row as well, we can update the data, existing data as well. So this is the process which is currently able to achieve all this functionality. So the only blocker was that we are not able to use this smart service, but the rest of the functionality remains the same here. So we are now able to store the data in the database as well. So all of these steps have been completed. So by combining the Appian's file upload capabilities with the editable grid, you can give users a powerful and intuitive way to manage the data. So this improves the efficiency and data accuracy as well. So I hope building this feature was clear to you. Let me know if you have any doubts in that. That was all for now, guys. Thank you.